All right, picture this just for a second. Imagine a future where your doctor spots complex diseases instantly using AI. Or picture massive agricultural fields where crops are monitored by a seamless network of satellites and algorithms. Think about factories running with highly intelligent robots, and students from literally every corner of the country speaking any Indian language learning from their very own personalized AI tutor. Welcome to This Explainer. I'm super excited to dive into this topic with you today, because what I just described, it's not science fiction. It is the literal future India's actively building right now.
So that brings us to the absolute core question of our explainer today. Can India actually compete with established AI heavyweights like the US and China and emerge as a genuine AI superpower by the year 2035? It's a massive ambition, right? Today, we're going to look strictly at the data, the government initiatives, and the private sector moves to see exactly what India is doing to turn this giant goal into a reality. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll look at the catalyst, then the innovators, followed by real-world impact, a global reality check, and finally, the road to 2035. Let's jump straight into Section 1, the catalyst, the India AI mission.
Look, AI is widely considered the single most transformative tech of the 21st century. Countries all over the map are pouring billions into it because it's absolutely going to reshape healthcare, defense, manufacturing, the whole shebang. Recognizing this massive opportunity, the government of India launched an official response, a massive injection of over 10,000 crore rupees straight into the India AI mission. We are not talking about a minor grant here. This scale of investment is a clear, top-down mandate to rapidly build a formidable, self-sustaining AI ecosystem literally from the ground up.
And this mission, it's built on 7 fundamental pillars. It's an incredibly comprehensive, nationwide strategy. They aren't just throwing money at one single bottleneck. Instead, they're simultaneously targeting affordable computing infrastructure, developing indigenous AI models that are native to India, curating high-quality datasets, funding fresh startups, building actual real-world applications, upskilling the workforce, and, crucially, laying down the frameworks for responsible AI governance. It's a whole ecosystem being built all at once. To back that ecosystem up, there's a crucial 2026 update you need to know about: expanded access to subsidized GPU computing specifically for startups and researchers. Now, if you know anything about AI, you know GPUs are essentially the incredibly expensive, fuel-guzzling engines that run these models. By subsidizing this power, the government is directly targeting and tearing down one of the absolute biggest hurdles for innovators. It basically allows them to experiment and build without going bankrupt just trying to keep the servers running. Moving right along to Section 2, the innovators, private companies and startups. So while the government is laying down the tracks, India's private sector is absolutely the engine. You've got massive enterprise giants. We're talking your TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCLTech, Tech Mahindra, Reliance Jio, the Tata Group, Persistent Systems. They are all actively integrating AI into business solutions, cloud computing, cybersecurity, and advanced manufacturing as we speak. But right alongside them is a fiercely diverse new wave of startups. You've got Sarvam AI building large language models specifically for Indian languages, and Krutrim building India's very own foundational AI platform. Over in healthcare, Niramai is working on early breast cancer detection, and Sigtuple is totally revolutionizing medical diagnostics. Then you have Cropin using satellite imagery to help farmers, Mad Street Den tackling the retail space, and Pixel keeping an eye on the climate. These startups are laser-focused on solving unique, local Indian problems, but by doing so, they're creating incredibly robust products that are absolutely ready for the global stage. Okay, Section 3, real-world impact, transforming key sectors. Let's do a rapid-fire walkthrough of how AI is already changing everyday life, starting with agriculture, which is truly the backbone of the country. AI isn't just some tech buzzword out in the fields, it's a vital tool. It's using satellite data to predict weather patterns with crazy accuracy, actively spotting crop diseases before they can even spread, recommending precise fertilizer usage, and estimating crop yields. This is directly empowering Indian farmers to maximize their livelihoods. Now, let's talk healthcare. Getting access to top-tier medical specialists can be really tough in a country this massive. But AI tools are stepping up, actively assisting doctors in detecting cancer super early, rapidly analyzing X-rays, speeding up the complex development of new medicines, and dramatically expanding remote telemedicine to patients who otherwise just wouldn't have access to critical diagnostics. When it comes to weather and disaster management, the stakes are literally life and death. AI forecasting models are being deployed right now to drastically improve cyclone prediction and give early flood warnings.
That extra lead time generated by AI, it directly aids emergency services in their disaster response, keeping people safer and, ultimately, saving lives.
Let's shift over to the economic engines, manufacturing and finance. Smart factories across India are heavily adopting predictive AI to schedule maintenance before machines even think about breaking down. That ensures quality control and super smooth automation. Meanwhile, in the financial sector, banks are deploying AI to instantly sniff out fraudulent transactions, process and approve your loans way faster, and just better manage overarching financial risks across the board.
Wrapping up our sector breakdown, let's look at education and defense. AI-powered tutors are stepping in to provide highly personalized learning experiences across India's huge array of regional languages. And in the defense sector, AI is currently supporting complex military surveillance, logistics, and cybersecurity. Though it's really important to note from our sources that within these autonomous and decision support systems, human oversight remains absolutely essential.
All right, let's zoom out for Section 4, the global reality check, India versus the rest of the world.
Look, India is undeniably one of the world's fastest-growing AI markets. It has one of the largest pools of software developers anywhere, anchored by massive structural strengths. We're talking about a booming digital economy backed by world-class public platforms like Aadhaar and UPI, an incredibly vibrant startup ecosystem, millions of engineering grads, and just unmatched expertise in multilingual AI. However, to really grasp the full geopolitical picture, we've got to look objectively at the bottlenecks. Compared to heavyweights like the US and China, India still imports most of its advanced AI chips, its overall research spending is a bit lower, and it currently possesses fewer massive frontier AI models. The government is actively targeting these gaps for sure, but they are the current realities on the ground.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, the road to 2035, challenges and opportunities.
As we look ahead to the next decade, we absolutely have to acknowledge the systemic hurdles still in the way. For India to fully realize its superpower ambitions, it's got to systematically solve that shortage of advanced AI hardware and secure way more investment in cutting-edge research. They need to cultivate more top-tier AI scientists and PhDs, and they've got to navigate some pretty complex data privacy and cybersecurity concerns. And honestly, perhaps most importantly, they must bridge the rural-urban divide, making sure this transformative AI actually reaches rural populations and isn't just locked up in major tech hubs.
But if they can navigate those challenges, the opportunity is just staggering. While India might not be the one building the absolute largest frontier models right this very second, experts point out that India has the true potential to become the global leader in applying AI to solve real-world problems. We're talking about creating whole new industries, massively boosting productivity, and generating millions of skilled jobs for over 1.4 billion people.
The global race for AI has definitively begun. And as we've seen throughout this explainer, India has entered it with serious ambition, deep innovation, and a highly structured game plan. So I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. Based on everything we've unpacked today, do you think India can overcome its bottlenecks and officially become an AI superpower by 2035? I highly encourage you to drop your thoughts and let us know. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to subscribe for more explainers where we take complex topics just like this one and make them clear, accessible, and hopefully a lot of fun. See you next time.